Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video here on Avalanche. I covered this, I think, a couple of days back, but back then, or at least since then, we've had a pretty major drop right here, as you can see, or at least after all the bullish momentum we had last week. Last week Avalanche was quite strong, and that's also one of the key reasons why I did want to make another video on that, because what we're seeing right now, but yeah, since that strength, that's where I was. Since that strength, Avalanche dropped down quite a fair bit, and then it almost looks like an inverted V here, which is never great. But what we're seeing right now is a little bit more strength in the markets, right? You can see Bitcoin here getting up to that major imbalance at 84,600, and Avalanche, being one of the strongest cryptos of last week, I think is one of the key levels to actually keep an eye on for a potential re-rally, all right? And that is what I think. I think there's a possibility of that coming soon, and that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's get right into it. Now, Avalanche right now, when we're talking about some basics here, what you can see is that the volume is up nicely here at 8.4%, but the volume was still quite elevated over the course of the weekend, as you can see right here, and last week as well. So this is decent. If you compare this volume right here to the volume we had for the majority of March, but also February, it's pretty good. So it's not the highest, and I would prefer more volume if we actually get the breakout here. But still, it's a good start. Fundamentals for Avalanche is not really something to write home about. Not much going on. Yesterday we had the gun launch on Binance. And that was, I think there was an Avalanche layer 1 chain. I think it was this. So some bullish momentum came from that. Can we actually see that? I'm not sure. But I think that had something to do with Avalanche. So a little bit of bullish momentum came from that, I think, or at least the anticipation of that. But ultimately, if we're taking a look at the price right now, a lot is dependent on the markets. All right. So what you can see is that some major short positions have been closed earlier this morning. That's this latest move we've had right here. And that's something, well, that's actually not something you can see across the markets. But now the big question is Avalanche strong enough to actually get that breakout above this level right here between 19.7 and 19.3? In my opinion, that is the main level we need to be looking at 19.7 or 19.75. Look, you could make the argument that the main resistance level goes all the way up to $20, but there are some major confluences around 19.7, the main one being the 30-day rolling VWAP, all right, which is very, very often respected as resistance, and very, very often what's also seen is that once we actually flip that, the markets turn more bullish. So that's going to be the main question of today, all right? Avalanche, after all the bearish pressure over the course of the last couple of days at least, we have dropped back down into the range we were in before, which was this range right here. So now the question is well, we hit the bottom of the range. This is the top of the range again. Can we actually break above that? And at this point of time, that is very uncertain, all right? I think you should be ready for that breakout in general, all right? So you should be ready for if Avalanche actually is able to break above 19.7 with volume. But it's especially also with the fundamentals of tomorrow, with all the tariffs, etc. It's too risky for me to say that we're going to do that, all right? It's always more likely that if you're in a range, which we are, it's always more likely that we will stay in the range, all right? So I would just assume, I think this is the best way to tackle Avax right now. I would assume that we're going to stay in the range, and I would be ready for the breakout, all right? If the criteria are met, we actually get a 4-hour time frame close above that level, we actually see volume coming in, it's not too over leveraged, then we can actually rally, and then it's also time to buy Avax. So it certainly is a possibility, but I would assume that it's not going to happen. And that's my thoughts. Ultimately, when we're talking about this range and when we're talking about a breakout, the bullish breakout is what I think is more likely. But like I said, I don't want to say that to you right now, that you're going to buy Avax and that the price drops down. Wait for the confirmation, right? Especially given these fundamentals. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. All right. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.